What up, gang? Carolina Jackpot time coming at you. It's Monday afternoon, about 6 p.m., and just sitting here chilling at the house. You know, here we go again. A tale as old as the end of time. Guess what Clemson fans are doing again? They're crying. Have y'all ever noticed that fan bases, it seems like, tend to, after a while, take on the persona of the head football coach. Now, this is only apparent at schools that, put football, I guess, like as the number one sport. But, South Carolina's kind of like that right now. I mean, the fan base is like excited, optimistic, full of fire, just with a comeback for everything, kind of taking on the personality of a Shane Beamer. Fact of the matter is, I really didn't like our fan base, and I really didn't like myself as a fan when Will Muschamp was our coach. He was a wet fart, stick in the mud, someone with an excuse for everything, and someone who would lie every time he got a chance to. Every time he opened his mouth, he was lying, pretty much. And that is kind of how the fan base was at that point in time. Lying to ourselves. And now Clemson has taken on the personality of the last 10, 15 years of Dabo Swinney. A crybaby. A crybaby fan base, always with an excuse, always wanting to bitch and bemoan and tell everybody how they've been wronged and tell everybody how this is not fair and that's not fair. Well, here's the latest. Here's the latest one, okay? Yesterday, UCF, the Knights, come up from Mickey Mouse Land on Friday, right? Their baseball team does. And they sweep Clemson in a 3-game series in baseball at Clemson. Right, so I think they suspended the game Friday, so I had to finish that Saturday. And UCF ended up winning it. And then they also won the Saturday game, and then they won yesterday's game. Okay, so they swept them. Clemson haven't been swept at home in a while in baseball. And it happens in the second series of the year, this year. So what do? UCF, the baseball team, apparently had access to the football stadium, visiting locker rooms because they were the visiting team in the baseball series, which is what it makes absolutely no sense to me why the visiting baseball team would have access to your football facilities, unless your baseball facilities are just shit, which is very likely that's the case at Clemson, since the whole campus is a dump. It's it's right beside a nasty filth-filled, polluted lake, surrounded by trailer parks, crackheads, and meth whores. So it's not out of the realm of possibility to think that the baseball facility is nasty too, and you got to go over the football facility to get dressed. But the UCF team ran down the hill after they beat Clemson in baseball yesterday to sweep the series. Like they were the Clemson football team, I guess, and run on the hill. And now, and it was on Twitter. I got a good laugh out of it, and they actually all ran down it. Nobody fell down. Somebody from Clemson, somebody always normally falls down that hill when they run down it before a game. I've often wished Dabo would. I know this is ugly to say, but there's many times that I've just, I wished he would just go ass over tea kettle one time. You know how he does the thing where he sprints down the hill before everybody else, because, he's bigger than the team itself. He likes to run out there before everybody else so that the spotlight can be on him, because it's all about him, right? God, I have oftentimes wished he would just absolutely bust his ass doing that, but it hasn't happened yet. I guess he's a little bit more athletic than I give him credit for. But not one UCF player busted their ass running down that hill. And the Tater Man, they're calling into the radio show today, and they're whining about it. They're like, oh, that's so unclassy. Oh, who let them in there? Oh, how did they do that? That's the most classless thing I've ever seen. Hello, Tater Man, wake up. Wake up. They're running down the hill because it's a big deal. It's a big deal to get to run down that hill, don't you know? That's one of, if not the best entrances in college football. The only cool thing they didn't get to do was ride the bus around and get dropped off at the top of the hill before they ran down it, but still they got to run down the hill at Clemson. Got to run down the hill at the Death Valley. Don't let LSU fool you. Don't you let them fool you. Don't let them fool you. Yours is the Death Valley. And they got to run down the hill. Not a lot of people get to do that. Not a lot of people get to experience that special moment. But they did yesterday. And it's a big deal for them. It's something they'll remember for the rest of their lives. It's something that they will be able to tell their kids about. They'll be able to, hopefully one day, if we're all still around, tell our grandkids about. And it's something that every other student, everybody, you can't tell me that they're not going to be the big swinging ding-a-ling on campus when they get back to Mickey Mouse Land. Because people know that they ran down the hill at Clemson. Come on, it's a big deal. So quit crying about it and celebrate it. I mean, not everybody gets to do it, but they did. I mean, have you ever seen anyone run onto the field at Williams-Brice Stadium through a bunch of fake smoke? Anybody's baseball team ever done that after they swept the series at Founders Park? No. Have you ever seen a baseball team? You ever seen Tennessee run onto the field at Sanford Stadium after they sweep a baseball series at Georgia? Can't say that I have. So learn to have a thicker skin. Stop crying about so much stuff. And just realize that maybe they're just a little bit envious of you. And they jealous. That's just Carolina Jackpot's 2 cents. Stop crying so much and have a better day. I'll see y'all later. Appreciate you. Peace. And I'm out. And go Gamecocks. Woo! That's one bunch that's crowing, not crying.